Hello everyone, this is Rupert83 continuing on with the Super Mario Bros. 2 All-Stars tutorial. This one covers World 2, which only applies to the all levels category, as both of the any percent route to this game do not go through World 2. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, starting off with 2-1 here, I'm actually going to show two different strats to this level. Toad is the character you definitely want to pick for this, as there's quite a bit of running. So we'll go ahead and start with Toad here. The first one is without the star kill. This one's the easier of the two strats. So here shortly after you begin the level, you'll find this Cobrat, and he will jump up when you get close to him. So a safer strat for this is to jump when you get close to him and turn back around a little bit, and what that will do is allow you enough time to actually grab him when he lands on the ground. Now you can actually just not do the turn back and grab him when he's in midair. However, that gets a little tricky, and it's very easy to take damage to that. So this is a little safer strat. So pick him up, jump over the other Cobrat. There's two Shy Guys here. I personally like to try to land on the blue one and then jump off of him. And just try to not get sucked into the quicksand, so only stay on the sand for just a moment while you try to run through it. So you've got one more Cobrat here. And you can jump on top of him if you want to. You can also run under him. Just be mindful that you haven't gone too far down into the sand where it actually slows you down. So if you try to go under him, be careful of that. So once you get to the pyramid, go into the door, go into the next room, go to the right and just start digging your way down. For this first part, I like to go down as far as I can in a straight line and then make my way to the left and go down through here. Try to minimize moving around like left and right as much as you can, because you can actually lose a lot of time and not realize it by moving left and right a whole lot. So when you get to the sniffet on the left hand side there, he may shoot you, and if you're big, you may just want to, if you're comfortable fighting Birdo, you may just want to take the damage boost and go through there, because once you get past him, and if you go down the vine quickly, you can avoid the other Shy Guy that's there as well. Once you get far enough down the ladder so that you can actually touch the wall, press left or right on the controller so that you actually fall off the ladder, which is quicker than just climbing down the ladder. Once you go on the door, just jump up on the platform. Typical Birdo fight. Okay, so we're going to go back and do 2-1 with Toad and do the star kill on Birdo. This is actually a pretty complicated strat, and I debated on whether or not to actually include this, but I determined that if you fail the trick, you don't really lose a whole lot. So this is a pretty fun trick to pull off. There is several technical aspects to that, and I'll kind of explain what you got to go through here. So first of all, you need to be able to spawn a star toward the end of the sand portion of the inside the pyramid. So that means you need to get 5 cherries. So you need to get 3 on the outside and 2 on the inside to get the star to spawn. This one has pretty tight execution. So if you progress through the level too slowly or too quickly, you're not going to be able to pull off the trick, because the global timer is heavily in play here. And the global timer determines where the star is going to spawn. So we're going to go ahead and go through this here. And since the global timer starts on the player select screen, you need to start as soon as you can. So don't waste time on the player select screen. So what we'll do is we'll go do a little turn back, pick up the Cobrat here, and then we'll jump on the blue Shy Guy and jump up and grab the cherry. So that'll be the first one. Jump over that Cobrat. And then this one here, there's a cherry in between these two cacti here. You want to jump on the first one and jump a little bit late so that you don't accidentally miss the cherry. So that will be the second one. And then you get this little section here with 2 cherries. I like to try to pick up the one to the right and then do a little turn back so I can turn around and easily jump over the taller cactus, and then make my way into the door and go into the pyramid. So once you get into the pyramid, go all the way to the right, dig down, grab this cherry, and then once the screen scrolls down one more, move all the way to the right and keep digging. Also notice how I'm using both X and Y to dig as quickly as I can. And once that Shy Guy clears, dig past him and then move back over a tile, and you should get to the star. So one of three things are going to happen here. One is the star is going to spawn in the correct place, and you can pick it up and go, which you'll see here in a second. The second one is the star will spawn in the wrong spot, which will make it very difficult to actually pull this trick off because it requires a lot of tight execution. And then the third thing that can happen is the star won't spawn at all, and the reason that happens is if there's too many sprites on the screen, it won't spawn. So if Sniffit is shot like 2 or 3 bullets and they're still on the screen and you still got a couple of Shy Guys, if there's too many sprites on the screen, it won't actually spawn, and unfortunately there's nothing you can do about that. So on this one, the star spawns in the correct spot. You want it to be on the left hand side. So pick it up and run to the left, and then immediately go down the ladder, and as soon as you can touch that wall, move to the right so that you fall off the ladder. Like this is, and actually this one I messed up the ladder just a little bit, but we still get it here. And then once you get to the platform, I like to do a tiny little turn back so I don't bonk against the platform. If you bonk against the platform, you're probably not going to pull it off. But once you get up here, just jump into Birdo, and if you made it in time, you can get an insta kill, pick up the orb, and be on your way to the next level. Okay, moving on to 2-2. We use Toad for this level. The first section was a little tricky, and I use a lot of turnbacks to get some of the alignments to work out for the bullets. So we'll go ahead and pick Toad, and we'll start this level. And this first little section, just jump up and go into the door. So you get into this section, you'll come up on a Cobra. I do the little turn back method again and pick him up. And I'm actually slowing down pretty much this entire outside section so that you can kind of get a better feel of how to progress through this level. It's a little tricky, and this will take some time to get fairly consistently. You want to pick up 3 cherries throughout this level so that you can pick up a star in the sand section. But as you can see, I'm doing some little turn back here. We'll jump on the Bezo as well. And you may find some methods. This is one you can kind of experiment with and figure out what's going to work best for you, as I feel like there's a lot of people that kind of use slightly different methods. So experiment around with that a little bit and see what works out the best. So once we get to the vine, we'll throw away the Cobra and then move all the way to the left so that we fall down the vine so we get down it quicker, and then go down into the sand section. So once we get to the sand section, we'll start digging right above this cherry, which will be the 4th one. And once you get past that, and then once you get to the sand, this is the method I use, and there's different methods that you can use to get through this. This is the one that I use as it's pretty consistent, and I got pretty comfortable with it. One thing about digging through these sand levels is figuring out a good path to dig through the level. And that's something I actually didn't do for the longest time. And once you figure out a good method to get through there, it makes things a lot easier and a lot more consistent. So you're not running back and forth trying to avoid the Shy Guys. So we'll get that cherry, and then once I get level with the green platform there, I'll move to the right and dig down 3 more, and then move to the sand tile that's not the one all the way to the right, but the one right before that. So this is where I'm going to explain a little trick of how to manipulate the Shy Guys. And if you dig a tile, we'll do this slowly here. If you dig a tile like this one here, and then dig the next one to the right, and then come back to the left, and you could also dig like directly under that first one. But basically what it is as long as you're left of the center, the Shy Guy, when it drops down, will go back to the left and not come to the right and come chase you. So this is actually something that I think is actually very important to learn how to do, as this will make your life a lot easier, and it allows you to progress through the sand portions much more quickly. So once we start digging down here, you can just dig straight down and skip that cherry, And then when you get down to this cherry, you will pick up another, the last one, which will spawn the star. Move over a couple of tiles and pick up the star. And in the center of this section, just dig straight down as quickly as you can. And you should be able to make it through there without taking any damage and go into the door. Once you get into this room, pick up a mushroom block, jump up on this platform. You do have to do a charge jump here and use the mushroom block to take out Birdo. You can use the eggs if you want to, but you can usually get quicker kills by using the mushroom block. So once you take care of Birdo, go ahead and move on to the next level. Okay, moving on to 2-3, we will use Toad for this level as he's the optimal character. And we'll go ahead and get started with this one. For the boss kill, there's two methods I'm going to show you. A quick kill and then an alternate kill. So when you first start going through the level here and just jump on the ladder and climb up, this one, if you can consistently climb the ladder and get off the ladder at pretty much at the same time, you can get consistent Bezo patterns so that you'll actually know where they spawn. But you want to climb up the ladder here, and as soon as you can, pick up a Bezo. I'm going to pick up this one. And then you want to make your way through all the cacti here. Sometimes doing duck jumps, if you're trying to make it under one, will help you out a little bit. It just kind of depends on which patterns you get. And then once you get close to the end of this section, you can actually just, as long as you keep running, you can actually just run under this cobra that jumps. And then you can just jump on top of the pokey here and go into the door. And then as soon as you come into the door, go to the left side and fall down. Screen will scroll a few times. And then once you get past this part with the several shy guys here in the little plant, once you get past there, you want to start moving to the right so that you can land behind the tweeter here. And so you want to go all the way to the right of the sand tiles and start digging there. And you'll pretty much dig down till the screen scrolls again. And this is another instance of where you're going to use the strat that I showed in the last level of how to keep the shy guys away from you. So once again, we'll just go over that real quickly. Once you get down to about this spot, you want to dig there and then move one tile to the right, dig there, and then move back to the left. And then you just got to make sure of that line that's coming straight down. You need to make sure that you're at least a little bit left of the center of it, so that the shy guy, when he drops down, he'll move to the left instead of to the right. So go down a little farther and then basically do the same trick again. And then just keep digging at a straight line for a little bit. For this shy guy here, once you get down to about 3 tiles or so before you get to the bottom of the screen, I like to move over one more tile and dig 1 or 2 and then go back to the right. And then once you scroll the screen down, just pick the set of tiles that's right up against that wall and just keep digging quickly down through there. And then once you get down to this portion, just go on the door, pick up the key, go back through the door, and then jump up through this section. It's a little easier to go up quickly if you try to not move left and right and then just jump straight up. So when you get to this section with this shy guy here, you actually want to move over to the left and be on the sort of, you don't have to go all the way over to the wall, but you want to be kind of sort of in that general area. And the reason for that is when the screen scrolls up, the tweeter's going to spawn. So if you're on the right hand side of the screen, the tweeter's going to start moving to the right. So by the time you get up there and want to get into the door, he's actually going to be in your way. So that's why you want to be on the left hand side instead of the right hand side. So he'll be out of your way and you can jump in there and go into the door. So in this section, just pick up a shy guy and you can just run off these ledges here. This part's not too bad. Just jump over the cobrats and throw that one. And you can take out that last one, that last cobrat that's in your way. If you want to, pick up the orb and then move into the boss room. So once you get into the boss room, here's the first strat that I'm going to show you. And this is the quick kill. It's not the absolute quickest kill, but this is a pretty quick kill. And this one, it might take you a little bit of practice, but once you get it down, it's not too bad. So what you want to do, Well, first of all, you need to not be small. You need to have full health on this one. So what you want to do is you just want to jump straight into Tri-Glide, and you see the tweeter that's falling down here. So you are intentionally going to take damage here. So when you get there, pick up the tweeter and then get right up against the wall. So and once you're up against the wall, make sure you're holding right and then throw the tweeter into the wall. If you're not holding right, the tweeter just may drop back down to the ground and it won't actually bounce off the wall. So you do want the tweeter to bounce off the wall. And this part's pretty simple. Just hang out there and you'll get the 3 hits on Tri-Glide. And once you get this down, it's very quick and generally pretty simple to get down. And that is pretty much it for that boss fight. But this is way faster than trying to use the mushroom blocks. So let's go ahead and show you the alternate strat for this room. Okay, so for the alternate strat, you can use this one if you're not comfortable with doing the other strat, or if you're small and you obviously can't take another hit without taking a death. So go down into the room and actually you'll just stand on the top blocks here and wait for the tweeter to come down. Be careful with the fireballs. Make sure that you jump down after they've been shot. And what you want to do is pick up the tweeter, jump back up top, and then jump on the top set of blocks and stand on the one to the rightmost one. So what you want to do at this point is you want to do a charge jump and then jump straight up, and then at the top, at the height of your jump, you want to press right so that you throw him outward. And basically what you're doing is you're trying to make the tweeter bounce off the wall, and you'll still essentially get the same type of kill from the main kill. So that is the backup strat, and that should be it for World 2. And that wraps up this video. I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you found it informative. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. If you would like to see my live content, head on over to twitch.tv/Rupert83. I stream most days starting around 10 p.m. Eastern. Thank you.